Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Barca Lounger 6000, now in 17D. Put on your snorkel, your goggles, both elbow pads, not just the one on the crazy one. I am very attractive, and with me, as always, is noted Southern Australian mountain climber, Mike Magas.
Ooh, I like that. That's a good one. That's a good sound.
I don't think they have mountains in South Australia, but I could be wrong.
There's probably something there.
It's a hill.
It's a hill. Whoa, God, somebody really destroyed some styrofoam there. Welcome to Barcelona for the opening round of the 3D Speed Fall Series. Riding on board with Antonio Garda, who is making his ESR debut, I do believe, in this series. Oh, he didn't finish the lap.
The Crimson Garda?
All right, we're at Barcelona. We have a 33-car grid, so just quick explanation of things. The white backgrounds are the pro drivers, the silver backgrounds are the silver drivers, and the red backgrounds are the amp drivers. There is one mistake, though. Ben Chori is not a silver driver. The number 76 car is actually pro. So that one is off. And this is the opening race of the season. 40 minutes around here. Night race. Well, not night race, but kind of like dusk race. So that'll be fun.
Does everybody have to listen to Night Ranger during night races?
That'd be interesting. And a couple of the guys to watch for. Murray Iwanchuk is on the pole position. Dominic Turcotte alongside him. Chris Johnston is third. That was a bit surprising. Wasn't expecting him to be quite up there. Wesley Stokes, Justin Swan, Guillermo Wolf, Paul Riccobeni, William Murra, Zoltan Calmondi, and Martino Maggiolo is in the top 10. Top silver driver is Wayne Hutchison, and the top of the AM crew is Keir O'Neill. So get ready for this battle here. No pit stops in this 40-minute race. And, well, there may be pit stops, but there is no mandatory pit stop. I should state it that way.
My brain said to say Night Ranger out loud, and then immediately had to know what big song did Night Ranger have, and that would be Sister Christian.
There we go. Everybody prepping up here for the race. Mike Magas, we are on board with him in the number 714 Lexus. A lot of Lexuses in the field. Very popular car this series, which is nice to see because historically we've been very big on the Porsches, and it's not necessarily a good plan, basically. And I do prefer that there's a lot more front engine cars here. They're a little bit easier to drive, a little bit more intuitive to what we know, and it's a good place to kind of cut your teeth.
That sounds painful.
Interesting to see Liam Curtin all the way down in 23rd place. That's a pro car very far down the grid. This is a track that should favor the mid-engined and rear-engine car, so the Porsches, Ferraris, Lamborghinis, that kind of thing, whereas the front-engine cars should be a little bit weaker. That being said, Turcotte is second in the Bentley, Johnston in the Mercedes, couple Lexuses in the mix there, one of the Nissans is up there in the top 5, so it is certainly not a death sentence to be driving one of the front-engine cars.
Mike, I have a serious question to ask you.
Sure.
Are you making popcorn, or like what's that grindy pop sound?
I was playing with a wrapper that was on my desk. I will stop.
You're out of your mind.
I mean, yes. So there's a number of new faces on this grid that are making their debuts in ESR. So welcome to them. Guillermo Wolf, Antonio Garda, like I said, is a new face to the field. Tony Yimbo, welcome. Cliff Hemian, Dominic Turcotte, welcome everybody. And we're just waiting for the countdown to hit 0 here. There it is. And we are ready to go here at 8:02 p.m. local time. Just waiting for the green flag, and we'll start the short formation lap. And here we go. William Murra on board there. As that last turn, heading to the start-finish straight. Murray Iwanchuk is fallen behind Turcotte, but they have fixed that problem. They will now go over the line at no greater than 70 kilometers an hour. Once we hit the green flag, it is all good to go. Here we... Come on.
Not yet.
Go!
Oh boy!
Here we go. William Murrah looking to get in between Guillaume Wolf and Justin Swan here in the early going. Paul Riccobenni's gotten off to a bad start. And in the Fight Milk Lexus, he has fallen slightly back.
Hell yeah, Fight Milk.
I think you should actually check out his livery if you get the chance, Byron.
Oh,
It
he
is
sent
kind
me
of
pictures.
amusing.
It's very nice.
Mine is a Moosehead livery.
Oh, you didn't go for the milk steak?
I went with Balls, the energy drink, and Moosehead, the beer.
Nobody's got a Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor? That could be, could be Mickey's Fine Malt Liquor.
Really should have done that at some point. William Murrah looking down the inside of Chris Johnston for fourth place. Wesley Stokes has got a good start. He's up into third. And E1 Chuck has retained the lead. William Murrah going around the outside. That's not going to work. And Johnston, for now, retains fourth place as we choose to go on board with Murray E1 Chuck, the race leader.
I suppose, if you must.
Murray is his teammate is not here today because Matt Higgs is lazy.
Correct.
Your dad has blown your cover, Matt. Matt's been like, oh, I don't have the stuff, I don't have the equipment, and his dad has just blown him up by saying he's got my old stuff. He can totally race. He just doesn't want to build himself a desk.
What a schmuckerdoodle.
Liam Curtin diving down the inside of Ben Schwari and Tony Yimbo. Looks like he's going to get past Schwari, but not Yimbo. Javier Perez Torres in the mix there as well. Javi's car is also quite nice. I think you'd like it. Stone Brewing Company is his predominant logo.
Stone free.
E1 Chuck still in the lead there in the Lamborghini. The only Lamborghini in the field today. Turcotte second place in the Bentley, Stokes in the Porsche, Johnston in the Mercedes, and Murrah in the Ferrari.
The Hurricane.
On board with Murray E1 Chuck. This is our first real experience with the second auto director experience. So let us know in the comments if you want me to change any of its tendencies, because it does have manual sliders. So we can
nice.
We can find the perfect spot, basically.
Can we turn on Big Head Mode?
We cannot do that.
Dang it!
Also, what would big head mode in these? Would like the head of the driver just be really big inside the car?
Yeah, just stick out through the sunroof.
Okay. I'm down for that. Would show off the helmet designs a lot more, because you can customize your helmet in this game.
Oh, just make it like some obscenely bright color just to mess with people.
William Murrah apparently dove down the inside of Johnston and Stokes there and got into third place. We'll see if that updates on the positional charts here. Andreas Lacutis on the tail of Michael Magas and Tom LaBeouf. Mike Magas looking down the inside of Tom LaBeouf there, but nothing doing at this time in the Lexus V Ferrari battle. Mauricio Delgado is in the pit lane. That is not good. Suggests something has gone terribly wrong for the driver. Wayne Hutchison getting past Antonio Garda there for 11th place, so he's on a charge. Kind of on his own there, definitely winning the silver class right now. Yimbo's in second place. There's Zoltan Kalmandi in the mix. I think you'll like the Nissan. Oh, there is the Borderlands livery of Mauricio Delgado in the pit lane.
Ha-cha-cha.
Looks like he has headbutted something because the bonnet is
He has
open.
Mellow One wins.
Justin Swan running in 9th place. Actually, we based our Vortex Team Lexus liveries off of my Malawan hoodie.
Very nice.
The pattern is, I mean, it kind of divulged, like we couldn't make it perfectly, but that was the original inspiration for the custom liveries that we are running, so that's cool. Cabrones, the Carbones boys. Oh, Wayne Hutchison off the track.
That's a mess.
I saw him, and I think somebody else was off as well. Looking to see who else is dropping. Looks like Zoltan Kalmandi might have been the other one.
Perhaps a Cabron Conexion.
Perhaps. Meantime, E1 Chuck's already got over 2.5 second lead, so he gone. Turcotte, Stokes, Johnston, Murrah, all tight together. So plenty of stuff happening outside of the lead. Larry Foster on the tail of Francis Ballon there. That's a battle for 23rd position between the Lexus and the Aston Martin. I like those sparks.
Somebody give me a hot dog. We're going to have a roast up.
The AM lead has changed, by the way. Keir O'Neill led from the start, but is now Cliff Hemian, the Bentley, who leads the AM category. Michael Magas with Wayne Hutchison behind him. They are tracking down LaBeouf and Calmondi going side by side with the other Lexus of Javier Perez Torres. I'd like to get a look at that. One of the Mercedes has looked very slow there. I think that might have been Juan Borges or Guillermo Taylor. So, problems for the Simtech crew.
I see you're rocking Alpha Legion green. Very nice.
Mm-hmm. I think I have the most personal sponsors. Everything is something I use while I'm racing, except for the beer. Don't drink and drive, kids.
No, totally do that. Just don't do it anywhere other than in your sim rig.
There is one. There is one Bori. So he's I think you were consulted on the 2 hours of Paul Ricard one, actually.
Oh, that could be. I don't. They didn't tell me what it was for. They just wanted my input.
This one was all me. So.
Balls in your stomach? Balls in your stomach.
I have noticed something that I'm going to have a word with later. Keir O'Neill, you were in the wrong car.
Son of a mother duck.
Mm-hmm. That's two people that are in the wrong livery. That's very disappointing. Keir O'Neill's using a custom car when he's not supposed to, so that's a little rude.
Well, I mean, he just bribed the judge. It's fine.
So Delgado's back out there, but his pit stop has, I think, put him off the lead lap. Now in the pit lane is Guillermo Taylor. So Taylor's had some rough times. Bad day for the Mercedes crew. Zoltan Calmondi trying to chase down Javier Perez Torres. And back at the front, Wesley Stokes has gotten past Dominic Turcotte. I wish we had seen that, but that happened off camera. There is Mauricio Delgado in his Borderlands car. Michael Magas under pressure from Larry Foster. And Francis Ballon getting overtaken in the background by Dixon Hurst in the Honda. Heads up, or tip of the hat to the Kaz Motorsports crew, Dixon Hurst and John Picha. They're running the relatively uncompetitive Honda NSX in this series, so that will be interesting to see what they can do with what is a bit of a subpar car.
Well, what they're going to have to do is flip around and drive backwards because everybody knows that third reverse gear is the fastest.
Javier Perez Torres has gotten a car between him and Zoltan Calmondi. It is the Porsche of Liam Curtin. Magas continues to hold on against the LZA car of Larry Foster. Hurst in behind them, and behind him it is Ballon. Chris Johnston has fallen all the way back to 24th position, so watch out for the green Mercedes. It might be on the charge.
You think that's natural color, or do you think he dyes it?
Probably dyes it. I mean, it's a black Falcon car. The natural color is probably black.
Oh, I was going to say, whether or not he's a natural blonde. I should have been more specific.
I mean, that works. That works. There is Francis Ballon battling with Chris Johnston in the background. I wouldn't be surprised if Johnston's getting a meatball flag right now because it doesn't look like his lights are on, which is not so good.
So somebody's home but the lights aren't on?
Could be that he's damaged the headlights, of course. I mean, he went from being in the top 5 to 25th, 24th position, so it's not been a trauma-free race, we'll put it that way. Larry Foster all over the back of Mike Magas. They're catching up to Mika Watt. The Nissan has had a bit of a moment, apparently.
Mika Watt.
William Murrah in 4th place ahead of Guillermo Wolf and Paul Riccobeni, who are battling for top Lexus honors.
Mika who?
There is Javier Perez Torres, currently 2nd in the Silver Cup, behind the man right in front of him, Tony Yimbo. Guillermo Martinez also in the mix there in the McLaren 720. Only one McLaren in the field today.
What's her name?
McLaren 720.
Whoa. Must be Cyborg.
Ben Schwarry up in 11th place there for Regime. He's on the team. His teammate's still Justin Swan. Swan is not having a good race. Qualified P5. He's back in P10 right now. So not a good day for the Regime boys because Mika Watt's also struggling. And, which is a bit bizarre because that team is technically illegal because it is 3 pro drivers.
Well, that just goes to show you sometimes the pro drivers just ain't pro enough, and then therefore they have to be disqualified and sent to a penal camp.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're wrong about some of that, but your core concept
tell you which part.
Your core concept is, Guillermo Wolf is dropping back. He's lost a spot to Paul Riccobeni as well as Martino Maglioli. And Simeon Naku has now gotten past him, so bad news for him. And now he's got Justin Swan all over his back, so Swan might be charging back up. Or no, Swan is very far off of him. Not sure who that is behind Wolf. I saw somebody on his tail. Could be a lapped car.
Martino never to love him.
Crown Royale car of Ben Schwarry.
Man, that stuff give you a hangover. That's mostly syrup water.
Just realized their team has JSW and BSW for the short forms there of their names.
As long as they're not to SJW, I think we're all right.
Justin Swan and Ben Schwarry. I think that's a teammate ordered pass right there. Swan is struggling, and Schwarry appears to be the more on the pace Nissan right now, so he's up to 10th place.
How come his team is not the Schwarm?
The Swan Schwarm?
Could be.
Swan-based shawarma.
Poultry.
Camera randomly changing here for Ben Schwarry, but I'd like if it would stop doing that, but it is what it is. We'll find it. We'll find everything at some point. So Murray Iwanchuk leads the way from Wesley Stokes, Dominic Turcotte, William Murrah, Paul Riccobeni, your top 5. Then it is Martino Maglioli, Simeon Naku, Antonio Garda's up into the top 10. Might have been him that was getting past Guillermo Wolf. And Ben Schwarry in 10th place. There is Paul Riccobeni in the Vortex GT, and the rain is coming down here in Barcelona. You can see the forecast there, 10 minutes light rain with heavier rain coming at 30 minutes.
So if they drive really, really, really fast, they get the whole race done before it rains really hard.
No, not really. It's not how this works.
Well, are there races out there where you have to do a certain amount of laps period, and the first one to do all the laps you win? Is that the 500, 600 race?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, the 500 and 600 refers to the distance covered, so like a 500-mile race, basically.
But if you cover that distance first, you still win?
Yeah, which is a lap count. Yeah. But, most series actually do lap count. It's GT racing, really in particular, that does the timed events, as opposed to the lap counts. But like F1 is a lap count, for example.
First one to accomplish half a lap wins.
Javier Perez Torres on the tail of Guillermo Martinez. Martinez looks like he's struggling a little bit. Kind of a top guy, possible championship contender. Down in 12th place, messing with the silver leader, Javier Perez Torres, is not a good place to be. Tony Yimbo, Andreas Lacutis, rounding off the top, the silver podium at the moment. And Cliff Hemian continues to lead the AM class. It should be mentioned, the Bentley M Sport crew actually has a guy on all 3 podiums. That's kind of interesting.
Perhaps.
In fact, it goes even further. They have a guy on all 3 steps of the podium. Yimbo's in second place in his class. Hemian is winning. And Turcotte is in third place.
Are they racing for the cycle?
Well, right now they've got the cycle. Chris Johnston trying to make a comeback here. He's up on the tail of Larry Foster and Michael Magas here. Battle for 18th place between the 2 Lexuses and the Mercedes. We'll see if Johnston makes a move down here into turn 1. Looks like he is. I love that my livery's on screen right now, but I would have preferred the overtake.
Somebody's just a really big fan of Japanese cars. Are they technically a Lexus? Lexus is Japanese, right? Right.
It is. It's Toyota's luxury brand.
There you go.
It's to Toyota what Acura is to Honda, basically.
As soon as I said it out loud, I couldn't honestly remember if they were German or Japanese. I'm like, I think I got that right.
They are Japanese, although I do believe their headquarters is in Europe somewhere. Might be Germany.
Would be, wouldn't it?
I mean, that is kind of the place to be. That a couple in Italy, a couple in the UK, but Germany's pretty big. I mean, you got 4 different GT brands from Germany with Porsche, Audi, BMW, Mercedes.
And Daihatsu.
And then you got Honda's GT division is actually based in Germany, and so is Chevrolet's.
That sounds like maybe they're trying to do some tax avoidance.
Dominic Turcotte has been dropped off the podium. He's down to 4th place. Paul Riccobeni looking to get past him. Lexus versus Bentley, boat-on-boat action. Martinez still holding off Javier Perez-Torres, which is a weird thing to be saying because that is a pro versus a silver driver. Riccobeni is trying to get past Turcotte. Little contact there, nothing too bad. Inside line here for Javier Perez-Torres. Maglioli, Naku, and Garda are all looking at this as well. Can Paul Riccobeni get the job done? He had track position. He had the inside line. Turcotte goes wide. Naku trying to get down the inside as well. And I think Paul's got it. So Riccobeni up into 4th position.
Ha-cha-cha.
Following him, Naku and Maglioli are still side by side, and Garda's in there as well as Guillermo Wolf. And Martino gets the job done against Simeon Naku, I think. And the Porsche, the Golf Porsche, holds on against the Aston Martin.
Me likey.
You'll be cheering for Tino Mag, Mr. Martino Maglioli, I assume, sir, because he is the Golf Porsche.
Well, the guy really need to cheer for him that hard since he's way out in first place by virtue of driving that car.
Murray, well, speaking of way out in front, Murray and Iwanchuk's got a 9.8 second lead over Wesley Stokes.
That's not bad.
That's very large. Lamborghini well out ahead with half the race to go. We'll see how the rain impacts things. We'll see if anyone dives into the pits.
Not I, said the duck.
So it is Iwanchuk from Stokes, Murrah, Riccobeni, Turcotte. Wolf is up into 6th place suddenly. Where did that come from?
That would be 7th place.
He was back in 9th. Looks
Not
like
me.
Garda's fallen back to 10th. So I am thinking that Maglioli and Garda may have come to blows. We didn't see it on camera.
The Imperial Garda.
The Imperial Garda. So Turcotte, 5th place. Wolf now up to 6th. Maglioli, 7th. Garda's fallen back back a ways. Ben Schwari has fallen out of the top 10, giving his spot to Justin Swan. So that continues to be a thing. Javier Perez-Torres in dominant fashion right now in the Silver Cup and still looking to get past Guillermo Martinez for 12th place.
Put him in the wall.
Camera can't make up its mind where it's going. There is Wayne Hutchison. We haven't seen him in a while. He's on the tail of Michael Magas, by the looks of it. And here is Rick Martel back in 28th place in the Rinaldi Ferrari. Somebody moving very slowly there. Did not see who. Could be Ryan Gonzalez. Chris Johnston on the tail of Liam Curtin, the 2 pro drivers that are kind of out of place there, and Curtin just absolutely dumped it. Mike Magas has lost a spot to Hutchison and is now under attack from Francis Ballant. These two have some priors from the Monza practice race where Ballant absolutely speared him like a harpoon.
Do it again. Just see if you can.
Liam Curtin back in 18th place. And Tino Maglioli is falling like a stone. And he's in the pit lane. He might be going for wet weather tires. He may be gambling that the track will get wetter and that he'll be able to take advantage over the last 19 to 18 minutes of fresh, wet rubber. Javier Perez Torres has been held up by Guillermo Martinez, and Zoltan Kalmandi has joined them now.
Well, I think this is time for Javier to pull what we in the business refer to as a Kansas City shuffle.
They're also on the back of the two Nissans as well as Garda, so a lot to play for in this battle here. Javier Perez Torres still hanging on against Kalmandi in the other Lexus. Looking to get past Guillermo Martinez. He's looking down the inside. The Lexus is a very beastie in a straight line, but so is the McLaren. We fold over to... I don't know why. We're looking at the back end of Liam Curtin.
He's got a shapely back end. The spoiler just hits just so over the exhaust port. It makes me very excited.
Well, maybe that's why. Tony Yimbo, Andres Lacutis, and somebody else going very, very slowly. What has happened there?
Slowly into oblivion.
Murray Iwanchuk well out in front now. Over 10.5 seconds back to Wesley Stokes. I thought we were going to be in for a real tight battle, but Murray Iwanchuk has just said, nah, Mike, nah, you don't understand. I only appear beatable when Mike Stoffmill is here. Guillermo Taylor running in 30th place. Not entirely certain why we're riding with him. Mika Watt in the pit lane. So
Mika
maybe another. Guillermo Martinez is falling back. Something happened there, and we're on the back of Keir O'Neill. As I wag an admonishing finger at Keir for bringing the wrong livery.
It's fine. He wanted to express himself, and his mom said that was okay.
Tom LaBeouf, AF Corsa car, 20th position. Kind of expected a little bit more out of the Burger Boy.
I think that's not right. Shouldn't it be Corsa AF?
That would make more sense. On the tail of Francis Balland, as well as Andreas Lacutis. Battle in the silver division.
I got some wine down the wrong pipe. I need to go to the pits. Somebody needs to flush out the engine.
Are you saying that they might have put the radiator fluid in the wrong place?
Somebody put brake clean down the exhaust port, and it's not cool. No, wait, that's not right either.
That would be an amazing mistake to make. Like that would be like a, how did you do this? That would be a Safety Hazard X from my auto shop back in the day story. I've told stories of Safety Hazard X on this commentary before. The man who destroys everything he touches, yet is an auto mechanic in real life. That is still horrifies me.
Well, hey, maybe he learned all the lessons. Maybe he'd made all the mistakes in school, and now he's awesome.
I hope so. I really, really do. That's just one of those things that, like, you meet up with, you know, because of Facebook, you randomly talk with people you went to high school with, and you catch up. Oh, how's this person doing? How's this person doing? For the record, there's like 5 dudes who went to my school who became cops that are not suited to being cops. So just throw it out there.
Something sounds like the job description. Something.
Rick Martel up to 27th place. He has overtaken Dixon Hurst, it appears. Oh, one other thing that is incorrect. Mauricio Delgado is in the AM category, the number 49 Mercedes. So his number plate is technically inaccurate.
That'll be a $500,000 fine and 32,000 points per season.
No, well, that would. I wouldn't even say the mistake was mine. He's just kind of on that. He was really on the edge of silver or AM, and this was kind of the race that was going to like define where he was. Wayne Hutchison in 15th place. It's been an interesting day for Wayne Hutchison. Feels like this race could have been way better for him, but also way worse.
I mean, he could be definitely in the wall dead.
Well, it seems like he's had some interesting issues. The cameraman right now is really, or the director is really loving the rear view shots, which I like them. It's very cool, actually. Ben Schwarry looking back at Zoltan Kalmondi and Javier Perez Torres in their Lexuses.
Next race, we're going to have non-stop helicopter shots. It's going to be only helicopter shots.
There are 1, 2, 3, 4 Lexuses in 6 positions right there. 7th through 12th is like Lexus City. 2 Nissans. "13 minutes to go here. We should see the hard rain maybe come down shortly. Ian Curtin in 15th place. Somebody is dropping down, and I think it might be Curtin. Or possibly Tony Yimbo.
Usagi Ujiba.
John Picha in the pit lane in the Mojo Drago Corsa. Honda?
That sounds like a really exotic dog.
Kind of. There is a Porsche that has a dragon on it. I'm surprised nobody ran with that. Actually,
That is
2
odd.
Porsches. 2 Porsches have dragons on them.
I think somebody should figure out how to import GIFs into liveries so we can have animated liveries.
That would be really interesting, and I would recommend watching the Super GT series because something tells me they'll come up with a way of doing that.
Giggity.
Guillermo Wolf running in 7th place.
Guillermo Wolf del Toro.
Wayne Hutch. Man, it is really obsessed with the rear camera view right now.
Dead booty.
Getting a good look at everybody's rear wings and what they say. Except that one. Can't really tell. There is AM leader Cliff Hemian. He's ahead of Guillermo Martinez. So Martinez has got, I think, a problem. Either that or the McLaren 720 just is not handling this damn track very well. No real changes in the top 10 in a while. Seems fairly sorted out right now. Plenty of battles going on, though. Kalmondi and Schwarry. Well, basically from Justin Swan back to Javier Perez Torres is a good little battle there for like 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. So that's going well. Tom LaBeouf is on the tail of Andres Locutus with Francis Ballon right behind him. Juan Borji is looking to get past Guillermo Martinez and is closing on him very rapidly. He was 1.2 seconds back and is now under a second, so on the charge.
I'm not going to lie, every time you bring up Locutus' name, there's a rapper named Locutus, and so every time his name comes up, I think of Locutus the rapper, which means songs are going through my head right now. My Jesus pieces my whole body, your hoes chicken like Roy Rogers. And that's just repeating over and over.
Ooh, stop-go penalty for Ryan Gonzalez, the number 124 car.
Mr. Gonzalez, please report to a penal camp for re-education.
Not sure what that was for. Could be speeding in the pit lane, maybe. Maybe went in for the dry tires, or the wet tires, pardon me, and it has not worked out in his favor, because that's going to put him very out of contention. Was looking like he was going to get a podium here in the AM class. So much now. We ride with Murray Ewanchuk, who's just not anywhere near anybody.
You got an E1 chuck you in the bin.
But in the lead, in the Lamborghini, not a popular car. Only 2 Lamborghinis registered in the grid right now. The other one is Matt Higgs, who will probably destroy somebody at some point on a formation lap, because that's what he does.
It seems to be the thing.
As Ewanchuk heads into the elbow and is looking to finish up the lap here through the chicane. And into the final turn now. Onto the start-finish stretch.
One more lap to go here in the Barcelona 5000 because the track is so long it's going to take 9 minutes and 10 seconds to get all the way around.
Whoa! One of the Lexuses going very slowly there. Wayne Hutchison slips up past him. And not sure who that was. Justin Swan's back to 12th place, so he's had some problems. That was either... Okay, it was Calmondi. There's my answer. It was either Calmondi or Garda. It is Zoltan. Somebody has messed with the Zoltan. They're going to pay.
They shall be destroyed. You have signed your death warrant. What?
Wesley Stokes is taking some time out of Murray Ewanchuk, so maybe a mistake from the race leader. Or maybe he's just cruising. Could be either. Still Murrah.
Watching Eddie and the Cruisers.
Still Murrah, Riccobeni, Turcotte, Naku, Wolf, Garda, Schwari. Javi Perez Torres is in the top 10.
Ha-cha-cha.
Go Javi.
Muy picante, Javier.
Chris Johnston is in 11th. Then it is the battle we were looking at before there between Swan, Hutchison, and Calmondi. Curtin, Magas, Lacutis, Yimbo, LaBeouf, and Ballond, your top 20.
So we're talking like a bleach Ballond or a strawberry Ballond?
Guillermo Taylor is in the pit lane again, by the looks of it. So problems for the SimTech Mercedes.
SimTech for all your simming needs.
As we ride on the rear wing of AM class leader Cliff Hemian. Car behind him is Guillermo Martinez.
To join forces.
I mean, the world would be destroyed.
Interesting, if true.
Looks like Delgado, Taylor, and Peach have all fallen off the lead lap. So 27 cars on lead lap still. 30 still running. We've lost 3. Looks like by my recollection, we've lost Mika Watt, Ryan Gonzalez, and not sure who the last one might be.
So Dave.
There is no Dave. So
Big
no.
Dave!
Oh, Martino Maggioli is no longer shown. So
Hey, Martino.
we've lost the Golf Porsche, Byron.
Dang it! Well, he's just so fast. He's so far out ahead with the Golf powers that it just can't be fucked with. He's not even on the list anymore.
So with the Golf Porsche gone, what livery is now officially your
have
go-to?
to charge for wait, was that the guy driving the Malawan?
That is him, Mauricio Delgado there.
Yeah, well, he's obviously going to win then.
The number 49 Mercedes and Mauricio Delgado on board with Garda, who's got Ben Schwari on his tail.
Although I noticed nobody's got a Sir Hammerlock car, so I don't know.
Really what we got to do is we got to make that Pasa Gromitz car happen.
That'd be a gangster move. Oh, I hear that Matt Higgs is putting in for the Claptrap car.
I was randomly Facebook suggested, oh, Justin Swan off the track! Michael Magas coming up behind him now, so Swan has fallen from 12th to 15th, losing spots to Hutchison, Calmondi, and Liam Curtin.
Yar, the Swan has flown too high and been scorched by the sun here at night.
I was going to say, Facebook recommended a video about Slowpoke Rodriguez to me today. Someone needs that car.
I don't know who that is, but okay.
You know Speedy Gonzalez, the cartoon character?
Oh, okay, I get it.
Slowpoke Rodriguez is his cousin.
Gotcha.
I think somebody posted it on their timeline, I don't remember who. Said, all this time, Slowpoke Rodriguez was just high.
Correct. Well, they're both high. It's just one of them's taking meth and the other one's just on downers.
Dominic Turcotte running in 5th place behind Paul Riccobeni. We go to Andreas Lacutis. There's a battle going on behind Lacutis that I'd be much more interested in looking at. It's Tony Yimbo versus Francis Ballond. Aston Martin versus Bentley. Talk about a classic rivalry there in the British car market. The debonair, devilish sports car Aston Martin versus the luxury car pretending that it's a sports car of the Bentley. Larry Foster trying to hold off Keir O'Neill, and that is Rick Martel in behind them.
Ooh,
and coming after him, it's Juan Borges.
Jason Voorhees. Is that legal? Is that allowed?
Actually, there is a dude in one of the series I race in whose name is Voorhees, but it's not Jason.
Oh, that's because he goes by his middle name. He doesn't want you to know.
Ah, so you're saying that it's really Jason Brian Voorhees. I got it.
Yeah.
JB Voorhees.
Correct. It's like JB Weld, but a lot messier.
So quick look at this. Oh, drive-through penalty for Liam Curtin. Up in 14th place. So the podium right now, Ewan, Chuck, Stokes, and Murrah. Silver podium, Perez Torres, Hutchison, and Magas. And in the AM class, it's Hemian, O'Neill, and Bori. They're the only three AM cars running. Oh, wait, no, Delgado's still running. Forgot about that. Okay. So there's still something going on there. Could be a double podium in the silver class for the Vortex GT racing crew. Currently 1st and 3rd. With a Wayne Hutchison sandwich. With Vortex GT bread.
Giggity?
Giggity, giggity. Oh, somebody off the track there. Okay, it's Martinez. That's just a blue flag. Man, bad day for Guillermo Martinez. That 720 just doesn't seem to handle these greasy conditions well at all. Which I thought it would, so I'm very surprised by that. Antonio Garda trying to hold off Ben Chouari. Back to the other Lexus of Paul Riccobeni. He's got all kinds of trouble coming up behind him in Turcotte, Naku, and Wolf. Wolf is quite a ways back, so I think that's just Turcotte and Naku and then the lapped car of Martinez. Liam Curtin running at a time to serve his drive-through penalty.
He'll serve it after the race, it's fine.
That's not how that works.
He's got a reservation.
Ewan Chuck's lead is down to 8 seconds. I mean, it's too late for Stokes to really catch him, but he definitely is let off. I wonder if he's turning the engine mode down, traction control up, just going real safe here in this greasy track. Can't see any rain coming down, but it is saying it's raining. I do see a little bit of rain, okay. But nothing terribly hard. Really need to figure out how to get it to less prioritize this rear view. I like the rear view, don't get me wrong, but I'd like to see some of the broadcast cameras.
Booty view OP.
This is Juan Borges. Not really sure who's on his tail because he shouldn't really be battling anyone. That looks like that's Naku, and that could be Garda behind him. That blue flag out. There goes Naku, and there goes Garda. Murray Ewan Chuck starting his final lap, maybe finishing the race here. Is this going to be the end of it? No, I think he's going to start one more lap. So we're on the last lap.
Right, man. The leader is on the final lap. Give it a final push.
The leader is on the final lap, and therefore anybody behind him will be executed summarily.
Well, it's everybody.
Yeah.
It's a little harsh.
Survival of the fittest, baby.
I mean, that is how that would work, yeah. Best battle on track right now is Chris Johnston versus Javier Perez Torres. Okay, it looks like Johnston is pulled away actually there. So it actually Ben Chouari, Antonio Garda fighting over 8th place. There's only 2/10 in that one. Mike Magas is within a second of Justin Swan. That's a good fight. Be nice if we could get that to be on camera. And Liam Curtin is in the pits with a disqualification for the Rebel. I think the Rebel Racing Porsche may have took the name of his team a little too seriously. Juan Borji in the pit lane.
He was too rebellious.
That. Not really sure why we're watching him in the pit lane. But there is Liam Curtin, the disqualified car. Maybe picked up a drive-through? I don't know. Oh, speeding in the pit lane. Juan Borji will take a time penalty. All right, here we go. Antonio Garda versus Ben Chouari. This is for 8th place. This is the battle I would like to see focused on for the remainder of the battle. Oh, here we go. Tony Imbo.
You had to open your big ass mouth.
I did have to open my big ass mouth. Francis Ballond is close to a 6/10 of Andres Locutus, so that battle's on. Nice and fierce. And Mike Magas has lost the back of Justin Swan, and now has Tom LaBeouf trying to hunt him down. Couple of checkered flags out. The top 6 have finished. It is Ewan, Chuck, Stokes, Murrah, Riccobeni, Turcotte, Naku, Wolf. We get the fireworks in the background. Garda hangs on to take 8th place ahead of Chouari. Then it's going to be Johnston, Javier Perez Torres.
Del Toro.
Rick Martel in 23rd position. Zoltan Kalmandi, Wayne Hutchison completed their race, 12th and 13th. Other way around than I said them, though. Wayne ahead of Zoltan. We await Justin Swan to come across the line next. There he is. 14th spot. Ahead of Tom LaBeouf. Michael Magas. Andres Locutus will be next. There he is. Francis Ballond as well. Tony Yimbo and Cliff Hemian rounding off the top 20. So Murray, Ewan, Chuck, Wesley Stokes, William Murray, your top overall drivers. In the silver category, it is Perez, Torres, Hutchison, and LaBeouf. In the AM category, it is Hemian, O'Neill, and you can't see him because he got the late stop go, but Juan Borji will stand on the podium.
Ha-cha-cha. Well done.
I will turn over to the race app to get the final results here as everyone does their cool down laps. Championship standings, Ewan Chuck from Stokes and Murrah pending penalties. Silver Cup belongs to, at the moment, Javi P from Hutchison and LaBeouf. Am Cup, Hemian, O'Neill, and Borey, like I said. Teams Championship, Vortex GT Racing, the team of Paul Riccobeni, Javier Perez Torres, Michael Magas leads the way with 66 points. 53 for Rebel Racing, that's Liam Curtin, Andres Locutus, and Wesley Stokes. M&M Motorsports with the race win for Murray Ewan Chuck is in 3rd place. Cyberline Racing, 48 points in 4th place. LZA, Bentley Team M Sport Regime Racing, Kaz Motorsports, and Carbones Racing Team leaving today with points. Nothing for the Simtech Race Labs, unfortunately, from Juan Borji and Guillermo Taylor. Next up will be Brands Hatch. We'll be joined on the grid, it looks like, by one Zach Morgan, RWB, as a new entry. So everybody welcome him. He'll be bringing a McLaren 720, which means we will have hopefully 2 of those on the grid. Hopefully 3, but I know Alfonso Chacon is unfortunately unable to race right now, so we'll see if he joins us up with us. Byron, how'd you enjoy the race? Who's your driver of the day, and anything else you want to add?
It was dark. I like the booty shots, and the Ben, you suck. I hate you.
It's because you don't talk to him, Ben. He misses you.
I understand that the man's busy, and also that he hates people.
There's my car again. Get myself in there at the end. Ha!
Does it say total on the front of your car?
It does. That's the oil company that sponsors the series.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to close out this race by bringing you the sage words of Tourette's guy, don't fuck with total.
It's true. Very true. We'll see you at Brands Hatch, everybody.